Hi Juliet, here is my first pass at your 4.1 metre long wall. I've done a couple of earlier versions that I took some 2D screen grabs of, which I'll show you, but I think this is a good starting point for discussions. I've shown a 500 deep shelf here. Generally I've shown 500 deep shelves. Excuse me. I've shown 500 deep shelves here, and the reason I've split those into separate 600mm shelves is to show that you can mix your hanging drops if you are going to have double hanging. You're probably going to need some area of longer hanging, so I would perhaps delete that or that. This is an interesting product. It's what Elfa call a basket shelf. It's a shelf with a 100mm upstand and transparent sort of closers at the end. I haven't shown these on the kit list yet, but if you bought additional dividers, you can subdivide this unit here. It's good for, without the dividers, woolens and folded items. I have a lot of clients that use these for sort of sportswear, underwear and smaller items, particularly with the dividers. That is 400mm deep, and for that reason I've shown these three shelves and all of these shelves here as 300mm deep. Sorry, 400mm deep. I started off by showing these top shelves as 300mm deep, and then I thought, well, if you're having a floor to ceiling sliding wardrobe, we may as well go full depth on those shelves. If I can't do this quickly in my head, I will jot it down, but we've got 1.2, 2.4, 3.6 plus 45, that is 4 meters and 5 centimeters. I would add at least 3 centimeters as wastage, so we're still just under your 4.1 meters at that point. Those are all standard 600mm bays, and that is a 450mm bay. You could put that 400mm bay anywhere in the arrangement. You could put any of these components anywhere in the arrangement. That's the beauty of the product, but I think I'm preaching to the converted there. I hope that's useful. Let's just look at one thing before. Are we going to be able to work out that hanging height quickly? Is it going to give us that? Yeah, I think we're 1975 from the shelf or the hanging rail to the floor. If you were going to have double hanging, I think you'd probably want to go as high as possible with that rail. Just see if we can move that up. No, it's not going to drag everything else with it. I'm going to undo that. So we know that that can be moved up, and I always encourage clients to go as high as possible on the hanging rail, create as much hanging drop as possible, particularly if you're going to divide it up. There is a way of having these waist height hangers without the shelf, because that shelf is actually just wasting about 80mm of hanging drop, and you will never use that shelf as a shelf. So that's one thing to consider. Deleting those shelves but keeping the rails, you'll still have that double height hanging functionality and a marginal saving in cost. Okay, I hope that's useful. Look forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback.